We begin the week with a discussion on an issue making headlines. North Korea over the weekend reportedly said its nuclear weapons could lead to the destruction of the United States if a war on the Korean Peninsula breaks out. This comes after a stream of threats made against South Korea, including those of further military action and blowing up the Inter-Korean liaison office. Today, we discuss the latest on the regime and its erratic actions over the past few weeks and try to see where this all may lead to. I'm joined by Doug Bandow, a senior fellow at the Cato Institute, specializing in foreign policy and civil liberties. He worked as the special assistant to President Ronald Reagan. We also connect with Jenny Town, fellow at the Stimson Center based in Washington D.C. and deputy director of North Korea monitoring project 38 North. So my first question to you, Dr. Bandow. It seems like the US-North Korea relationship is back to square one, where it was before the two Trump-Kim summits that we had. Why do you think that the North Koreans are acting up, and what do you think they're trying to gain from this?
I think the North Koreans want leverage. They had hoped the result of negotiations with Donald Trump would be some sanctions relief. That failed at the Hanoi summit. The administration continued to pursue basically the desire for all of the nuclear weapons to be turned over before there was sanctions relief. The North was very frustrated, and it views itself as having maximum leverage here with an election 5 months away. So we're back to the rhetoric of 2017, almost as if the last 2 years have not occurred.
So the North Koreans really trying to take advantage of the US situation there as well. Well, Ms. Town, the same question goes to you really. Why do you think North Korea has shown such animosity in recent weeks? And also President Trump extended the US sanctions on North Korea for another year. Do you think this might have also stirred up North Korea's anger even further?
I'm not sure it had that big of an effect anymore. I think the North Koreans, they don't believe anymore that the US or South Korea is in the market for any kind of sanctions relief. I don't think they believe that either one of them is going to do anything. I think they've come to the conclusion that they need to change the terms of engagement. If there is going to be an engagement, that they want to come back on very different terms. But in the meantime, I think there's some very strong signaling that's going on that is also geared towards domestic audiences to say that, despite the failure of 2 years of negotiations to get us any kind of sanctions relief or any new economic opportunities, that we're still a strong country, we won't be pushed around, and we can survive through all of this. And I think while they might have been willing to try different things over the past couple of years, they're sort of retrenching back into what's comfortable, but also to reinstill confidence in the regime and the leadership that they're going to get through the near future, despite all that's going on in North Korea due to coronavirus and the sanctions keeping them down.
Well, for now, it seems North Korea has returned to its playbook of hurling verbal abuse at South Korea and the US as well, and really acting up to get the reaction it wants. But let's go with you first, Dr. Bandow. By refusing to talk to the South and threatening further military provocations, the North, it does seem to be, cutting off its nose to spite its own face. What do you think that the regime's strategy is here?
I think the regime has decided that South Korea has essentially no running room to go forward on projects that they had talked about, that any sort of aid suggested by the South isn't significant enough to warrant being concerned about. So going after South Korea in many ways is an indirect approach to go after Trump, to hope perhaps President Moon can put some pressure on the Trump administration. The ultimate target for North Korea remains the United States. Kim Jong-un's best negotiating partner remains Donald Trump. He'd like to jump over all of the intervening officials in the U.S., such as Secretary of State Pompeo. And I think his hope is to try to reach the president this way. The implied threat is perhaps a missile test, an SLBM, a submarine missile test, or ICBM test before the election. That would be highly embarrassing to the president. So there may be some hope that the president might be willing to make a late deal before the election to be able to claim an election victory.
Well, would you agree with that, Ms. Town? What do you think the regime's strategy here is?
I think there's probably some of that. But again, I don't think the regime believes this Trump administration right now can do much. Not only have they been negotiating for 2 years, but the actual negotiating team has already been disbanded, and Trump is obviously very distracted with the election cycle. So I think they are, again, trying to change the terms of engagement, trying to increase their leverage, trying to signal that they're still strong, that nothing that they have done has weakened their defenses. But I think a lot of the hostility is really geared towards South Korea for kind of leading them astray over the past couple of years and overselling what could have been done and overselling the influence of Moon over both Washington and Pyongyang.
So you both have sort of different views on how much President Trump is going to really respond to this. But, well, what's undeniable is that dealing with Kim Jong-un or North Korea hasn't been that high on President Trump's list of priorities for now. But this week, John Bolton's tell-all is going to be released, and it does contain some elements of his North Korea policy. Do you think this will prompt President Trump to turn his focus back to the North Korea agenda? Let's go with you first, Dr. Bandow.
No, as a practical matter, President Trump doesn't know much of what's going on. He doesn't really have much of a strategy. I mean, the president goes into this seeking to have a deal. He really doesn't know the details. I think he is distracted. I don't think he's likely to go forward unless he believes he could get some high-profile, boost out of it. My guess is he's going to be focused on other things. The American people ultimately are likely to vote on domestic issues much more than on North Korea. So I just don't think it's going to happen. And the people around him really aren't interested in pursuing this. John Bolton's book is a distraction for him. It's not likely to push him to try to take diplomatic action.
Well, Ms. Tan, what are your views on this? The book apparently contains a quote by the Secretary of State saying that he doesn't believe the US-North Korea nuclear deal would really work out, I mean, just after the Hanoi summit. I mean, things like that. Do you think it will push President Trump to really push forward this North Korea policy of his?
I agree with Doug. I don't think it's going to matter. It's not going to motivate President Trump to refocus on this issue unless, again, there is a very obvious win to be had before the election. And I think it's too easy now also for Trump to blame Bolton for those mistakes, for those missed opportunities. You've already seen him scapegoating Bolton, and I think there's good reason for it as well. It's not completely unfounded. I think more than anything, it's a blip on the radar. As Doug said, the elections themselves are largely going to be focused on domestic issues. And it's very easy for Trump to tell his voters that this wasn't his fault, that it was actually Bolton's fault and other people along the way that prevented him from being able to enact a more beneficial agreement.
Well, in light of North Korea's very recent acts of aggression towards South Korea and now the United States, South Korea's security envoy went to meet Stephen Biegun last week. And, well, Dr. Bandow, how do you think Seoul and Washington should jointly respond to this flare-up of aggression from the North? What do you think needs to be done differently from the past?
Well, I think what's very important is to indicate that these kinds of actions are not going to win concessions. I was very concerned when Seoul initially responded to the North that, oh yes, of course, we'll try to stop people from sending leaflets. It struck me, it's far better for Seoul to say, we're happy to talk about that when you return to the table. We're happy to talk about that when you want to have a real discussion. And indeed, after blowing up the liaison office, I think Seoul was much tougher and indicated military action would be responded to. I think that's the message to send right now. The U.S. and the South remain willing to talk to the North. They're not going to give in because of these kinds of threats. That's not helpful to the relationship. You don't want to encourage the North in this. This is the way they like to do things, but you shouldn't make it easier for them. You shouldn't invite them to take further action like this.
Well, Ms. Tan, how do you see things? How do you think Seoul and Washington should respond to the North Koreans?
I do think it's important to have a very careful, very unified message between Washington and Seoul about how we are going to react to this. And as I agree with Doug, in terms of this isn't going to bring about concessions. The way that they're acting now isn't going to bring about concessions. But I would also suggest that North Korea right now isn't expecting concessions. I think you saw I think it was a big mistake for President Moon to have responded the way that he did to the leaflets. And as you saw, the North Korean response was like, oh, well, if you were willing to do this, why didn't you do it before when relations are good? Why are you doing it now? And I think that gives the North Koreans too much leverage in this relationship, and it really makes South Korea look like it wants it too much. And I think there's a point where South Korea needs to understand that negotiations aren't going to continue right now or in the near future, and deal with some issues at home that would again create opportunities to have a different type of relationship when the time comes to try and re-engage.
Well, Dr. Bandow, just before you go, as Ms. Town said, if the North Koreans aren't willing to speak with the South or negotiate or come back to the dialogue table, what should the US and South Korea do? Do you think that the maximum pressure strategy is going to continue to work?
Well, no, it strikes me the maximum pressure strategy has caused problems in the North. There's no doubt it's had an economic impact. One of the problems here is the US-Chinese relationship. The deterioration of that, I suspect, makes it more likely that China will help relax some of that pressure. China has no reason at the moment to help the United States in terms of North Korea. I think we need to consider especially relaxing some of the sanctions that would allow the South to do more with the North. I think one of the challenges, in dealing with the North, again, is you don't like doing these kinds of steps after they have taken steps like blowing up the liaison office, making all sorts of threats and whatnot. So my guess is we're probably going to have to wait till after the election. We're going to have to wait until we see what the new administration is, if it's still the Trump administration, if it's a Biden administration. And hopefully with the election passed, perhaps the North will be more willing to have a dialogue on these. And I do think, as indicated, there's some question about exactly what's going on within the North. How healthy is Kim Jong-un? Is some of this related to raising his sister's profile? There may be internal things going on in the North that we simply aren't aware of that might also be inflaming the situation.
Well, as always with the North, we can never really tell what's going on inside the regime, but we'll have to wait and see, as you said. Well, I'm afraid we'll have to wrap up the discussion here, but it's been great hearing your take on this from both of you. Doug Bandow, a senior fellow at the Cato Institute, and Jenny Town, deputy director of 38 North. Thank you so much for your insights.
Good thing.
My pleasure.
This is also where we wrap up the show. Thank you for watching.